Good morning, You Can Help Family. Now I did it again. Let's plug in the old um, microphone. I always do that, guys, and it's not on purpose. I just forget. I hope everybody's having a very good morning, and you're ready to learn a little something and get the word on the inside of you. So hold on while I untwist this here microphone. It's so embarrassing, but I'm not going to start the live over. So we're just going to exercise a little patience this morning. And it's all wound up because I didn't have it in the little pouch. So I'm sorry about that. Just bear with me. It looks like we've got one person joining me. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So the title of this little lesson is the fear, grief, and what is it? Boundary connection. So what does that all mean? This is really annoying. Well, maybe you guys won't be able to see that it's all bunched up, so we're not going to worry about it. So what is the fear, grief, boundary connection? Now, I've talked about Dr. John Deloney before, and he's really helped me in just areas of healing and growth. I heard a video by him a while ago, you guys. I don't have a link for it because I don't remember which one it was, but I usually watch him on YouTube, Dr. John Deloney. But he made this interesting point about, I take notes and I just write them on little scratch papers, about grief and boundaries. And I had to think about it for a while because it had to get in my spirit and make sense to me. And I added fear to the beginning of it. And I'm going to try to explain it a little bit here this morning before we read Esther chapter 8. So Dr. John Deloney said, and I'll read it on my notes, that grief is the gap between what you expected or hoped for and your reality, right? And then after that comes boundaries. So what does that mean? And I had to relate it to my own life. And sometimes we're expecting things from people that they can't give. And we're hoping for something to change so badly that we can often live in this like fantasy world, like we're not in reality. And because of that, we are usually fearful of making some type of change. So we stay stuck in this place of just sticking it out and grinding it through and trying to change people and fix people and things like that. But once we can let go of the fears of what's going to happen if I make a decision to do something, right? And a decision to do something could, in terms of relationships, right? It could be leaving the relationship, staying in the relationship and dealing with the other person. It could mean staying in a relationship, but you're separated while you're in it, but you're working on your healing. But it's really coming to terms with whatever the situation is that you're in. And that's where grief starts to come in, right? You have this fear. So there's actually 4 parts. You have this fear of making some kind of change. At some point, you kind of muster up or you begin to believe you can make a decision about the particular situation. And then there sits grief, right? Because you're sad. You're mourning the loss of something you thought you had. And in reality, it was never really there, okay? Or it could have been there, and there were so many times that were really good within the relationship that it keeps you there even longer. But you know that you're in this kind of cycle, and things always go back to, situation that's just not good, right? That's just not working out. So you're grieving the situation, you're grieving the person, you're sad, and this can go on for a really long time because you're still wanting things to be what you pictured in your mind, right? You pictured in your mind of spending a lifetime with the person or having a great relationship within your family or your friends, right? And it's just not that. It's just not that. So you're grieving it and you're sad because you realize that what you've hoped for and wanted is not your reality. It's something totally different. So once you go through the grieving process, and you're angry, and you're missing the person, and just all the stages of grief that you go through, right? The sadness, the depression, all those things. You finally, at some point, and it happens in cycles, you'll come out of that, and you'll decide, okay, now I need to set boundaries with the person. So after grief, always comes some sort of boundary that you need to set up in order to function. If you, especially if this is a family member that you're seeing all the time, if this is a person you have children with and you're sharing custody, or um, things like that, right? You're co-parenting. This could even be someone you're living with in your house, and you've got to set some serious boundaries so you can function, and you can you can live as peacefully as possible with all men. Let me get some water. My daughter brought this back from college for me, so that water was really good. So yeah, you have to set up boundaries, and it's hard. It's tough because what you wanted, what you hoped for, it's not that. So grief, after grief always comes boundaries, but before that I kind of added there's fear of what you need to do, and then you finally make a decision to do it, then you're grieving that decision, then you set up the boundaries. So hopefully that's something that makes sense and resonates with you. And it's a process. It's a long process. It can last for days and weeks and years. You can go through this kind of grieving and setting boundaries, and then you go back on your boundaries. And it happened to me, and I've talked openly about my situation in my marriage, and now I'm not married anymore. But it was really challenging for me to go through these steps. So when Dr. Don Deloney talked about grief is the gap between what you hoped and expected and your reality, it really resonated with me. And sometimes we can try to force things and try to make people change and get them to change and pull out all the tricks, and it just doesn't work. We have to sometimes let people be who they are and accept it, have acceptance there, but then you move on, because you can stay stuck for a really long time waiting for someone to be what you want them to be, but that's not who they are. And you can stay in these bad situations and relationships. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share. Hopefully, like I said, that makes sense to you. Listen to it a couple times. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me and ask me them. I have a new text coaching program. So you can go on shenamajor.com and click the link contact, the tab that says contact, and then send me a message, and then I'll get back to you with all the details. But I think it's going to be really exciting. We're going to be coaching through texting, and you'll have an hour's worth of text communication with me back and forth. And I will keep updating you on how many minutes we have left for that conversation. And it might be just a barrier to get people to communicate and open up and be vulnerable. If you're not ready to dive right into talking personally on the phone or having a Zoom call. So that's what's going on. That's my latest thing, and I'm excited about that for 2024. Oh, and that reminds me, good morning, Lisa. We're having our Zoom call this Saturday, December 23rd, 2023 at 8:30 in the morning. And I've kind of got our outline going. We're going to be introducing ourselves. It's a process call. Okay, so be ready to share, be vulnerable, be open. It's a safe place. We're going to have, we're going to reflect on what are some things that we've accomplished in 2023. We're going to do a great exercise that I've learned and kind of modified and put together. And then we're also going to, talk about what are our hopes, goals, and dreams for 24, and then actually taking action steps and getting those down on the call. So you should walk away with a little plan and have some direction to go into the new year. And we're going to be meeting all year in 2024 on the third Saturday of every month in the morning. Most likely it'll be in the morning time, okay? So that's what's up with that. Now I'm going to gulp for God again because my mouth is dry, and I'm not about suffering. Now, I saw someone on another video, like taking a drink during the video, and I think I felt kind of like offended. I'm like, why are you stopping talking to me so you can take your drink? But I can relate to it now. I'm like, well, I do the same thing. And I wonder if people are like, why do I gotta hear her gulp? So you're gonna have to forgive me. You're gonna have to take it, or just, you know, fast forward that part of the video, right? Once it's not live. But I haven't really talked that much this morning. You all are the first persons I'm talking to. So with that being said, let's get started with Esther chapter 8. Now remember, last night I got the video read. Look at that, there. I got the video read at like 11:42, and I think it came out at like 12:20. But to God be the glory, and good old Haman got hanged in that video last night. Excuse me, and he really got what was coming to him. Hold on, that water is stuck right here, you guys. I can feel it right here, and it hasn't made its way down. So if you wanted to know, I mean, I'm live, right? And I'm touching my chest. Okay, it's not late at night, so why am I getting silly? I don't know. You guys, still, there's something about these lives that just make you feel a little bit unhinged, right? It's still a process. It's still like, coming to terms with, okay, I'm looking at the dot, I'm looking at myself and other people. Yeah, I'm okay, Lisa. I drank that water and it just got stuck here. Okay, you fell asleep listening. You have to go back and listen again. Okay, now why is that chat so dark that I can barely see the words? Oh, there you go. I had to click that got it thing. All right. So anywho, what was I saying? I don't know. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys. This weekend, I'm going to try to crochet my own hair. This is my hair, and I'm going to try to braid it down and hook in those crochet pieces, like the picture on my little thumbnails. And I'll get Blessing to help me. I think I'm going to get her to help me. Yeah, she's going to have to help me, right? She's going to have to pull her own weight around here now that she's home. Yeah, do it. I can do it, right? I'm excited about that. So I took that one course. Actually, Lisa had a course on it on her webpage, Lisa Smiles on YouTube. Go to her page. She's got courses on sale, you guys, now for Christmas. I saw her email this morning. So really good deal. So get on over there and get your course. But I learned how to braid the hair pattern because I got that. That's the one course I did get from her for Brent. So I'm going to try to get that braid pattern going and get the job done. But anywho, I digress. I just thought you want to know because we're just here having a good old conversation. And so yeah, my hair's had a lot of different hairstyles in the last couple days, and that's okay. I had a hairstyle yesterday, and Blessing was like, "No, Mom, just put the wig on for that video in the morning," because I kind of had like these braids going back on this side, and I just pushed all this hair around, and then I just called myself having like a swoop coming down, and she said it wasn't working. So I rolled my hair last night. I was up, you guys, till like 3 in the morning. I had to wrap presents for the daycare, and that just took longer after I read the Bible. Oh, hold on. I have kids here. So what I'm going to have to do is, let's see. I think that might be Hannah. Did Hannah come this morning? All right. Do you guys want to walk downstairs with me? How am I going to do this? This is going to be a lot. Let's see if I can figure this out. This is so strange, right? Let's see if we can figure this out. So we got to take the whole computer and the microphone. Oh my gosh. Yes. Is it Rosie? Look at that baby. Good morning. Okay, watch your head. Hi, Mason. I'm live making a video. Hi, Jesse. Hi. Oh, you guys are here a little earlier than I thought. In the middle of a video. They did. Yeah. Okay. Hannah. Okay. Hold on, you can help family. You guys want to see Hannah this morning? She gets to always make videos. Hi, Jesse. Yeah, it's approved by Freddie. The people would love to see you. We haven't seen you in so long. Good morning. How are you? Thanks, Jessie.
Yep.
Clouds are coming over.
Rowan and
What's this one?
what do you have? A piece of corn? Want to come say hi to the people, Hannah? Then we'll finish. Hi, Mason.
Hi.
You guys, Hannah's here today. Who's that? Yes, we're talking. Hi, Mason. All right, Hannah, we were just getting ready to read Esther chapter 8. So can you read with me like you used to?
Yeah, but my
What?
lips is a little bit bleeding.
Your lips are a little dry. Yeah, when the
This
weather,
way!
the weather changes.
Like
That's
when I rip it.
that's huh?
Like when I pick it off.
Oh, when you're picking it. Okay, well don't pick your lip because we don't want it to
Okay.
bleed. Okay.
Okay.
Look how pretty you are, honey. You say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hannah is ready to read. So Hannah, do you know what number this is?
8.
It is. We're on Esther chapter 8 today. Would you like to read too? Okay, I'll get started and then I'll give you a sentence, okay, and you can help me. It says, on that same day, King Xerxes gave the estate of Haman, the enemy of the Jews, to Queen Esther. Then Mordecai was brought before the king, for Esther had told the king how they were related. The king took off his signet ring, which he had taken back from Haman, and gave it to Mordecai. And Esther appointed Mordecai to be in charge of Haman's property. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says Esther's petition to King Xerxes. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, say what I say. Now once more,
Now once more.
Esther came before the king, falling down at his feet and begging him with tears to stop Haman's evil plot against the Jews. Again, the king held out the gold scepter to Esther. So she rose and stood before him. Very good. And then I'll keep reading. And said, if your majesty is pleased with me, and he thinks it is right, send out a decree reversing Haman's orders to destroy the Jews throughout all the provinces of the king. For how can I endure to see my people and my family slaughtered and destroyed? So what happened? There was this evil man, Hannah, and he didn't want the Jewish people to live, and he set out a decree that they all have to go away. And now she's asking the king to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you want to get down and play with your brother or stay with me? You ready to go? Okay. All right. I'm going to get the lights on in a minute. Okay, King Xerxes counter decree. Hi, Nanny, what you got? Your phone? Yeah, good morning. Then King Xerxes said to Queen Esther and Mordecai the Jew, I have given Esther the estate of Haman. This is Mason, Hannah's brother. I don't think you guys have met him yet. Yeah, we're reading the Bible. Say Bible. Bible. Do you want to take this out and say Bible? Can you say Bible? Bible.
In the Bible?
Yeah, we're going to read the Bible. Then King Xerxes said to Queen Esther and Mordecai the Jew, I have given Esther the estate of Haman, and he has been hanged on the gallows because he tried to destroy the Jews. Now go ahead and send a message to the Jews. Okay, Mason's trying to turn the page. I know this is a lot, okay? But if you're a parent or you have children, you can still get your Bible reading in. You gotta be a little more patient. All right, Mason, hold on. Now go ahead and send a message to the Jews in the king's name, telling them whatever you want, and seal it with the king's signet ring. But remember that whatever is written in the king's name and sealed with his ring can never be revoked. Now, you like the sound of those pages?
This one.
Yeah, look at all these pages in the Bible. There's a lot of pages here, but we've been reading. Look, Mason, we read all these pages. Look at that.
Mama Shena.
Yeah.
I'm watching Mason.
Okay, you can. Do you want to come on this side?
Yeah.
Why don't you go? Can you go around the table and then come over here? Okay. All right. So on June 25th, the king's secretaries were summoned, and Mordecai dictated. They wrote a decree to the Jews and to the princes, governors, and local officials of all the 120. Oh, now, Mason, we lost the page. 127 provinces stretching from India to Ethiopia. The decree was written in the scripts and languages of all the people of the empire, including Jews. You got to come sit right on this little corner. Or, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can pull this chair up. You want to try that? Okay, we got a lot going on here. Hannah's going to try to scooch in right here. There she is. All my junk behind me. That's okay. We're not going to worry about it. Okay, Mason Scott. Okay.
My tummy is a little hungry.
Okay, well, we're almost done, and then we're going to get some breakfast in that tummy. How does that sound? Sounds good? All right. Here we go. Where are we? All right, so basically, the decree was already like stamped with the signet ring to nullify the Jews. So now they have to put in another order so the Jews can protect themselves. So that's kind of where we are here. So Mordecai wrote in the name of King Xerxes and sealed the message with the king's signet ring. He sent the letters by swift messengers who rode horses especially bred for the king's service. The king's decree gave the Jews in every city authority to unite to defend their lives. They were allowed to kill, slaughter, and annihilate anyone allowed to kill. Yes, she is. Slaughter and annihilate anyone of any nationality or province who might attack them or their children and wives, and to take the property of their enemies. She'll be here around 9. Okay, and you get to see her today. The day chosen for this event throughout all the province of King Xerxes was March 7th of the next year. So that's when they were allowed to themselves.
I'm gonna make that gingerbread.
Oh, you want to make the jump rope? People jump rope? You can do that today, and then you can make your baby Jesus too. Okay? That one on the wall. So we got a lot to do today, okay? It sounds fun? All right. All right, here we are. We're almost done. Do you want to read some more or you just want to listen? I'm going to get down. Okay. The king's decree gave the Jews in every city authority to unite to defend their lives. They were allowed to kill, slaughter, and annihilate anyone of any nationality or province who might attack them on their children and wives, and to take the property of their enemies. I know. Yeah, Hannah has gotten big. And the day chosen for this event throughout all the province of King Xerxes was March 2nd of the next year. A copy of this decree was to be recognized as law in every province and proclaimed to all the people. That way the Jews would be ready on that day to take revenge on their enemies. It's a little fidget spinner. So you hold it like this and then you spin this.
I want to try that.
You gotta hold it with your thumb and pointer finger. Watch me. Hold like this. And take your thumb. And then you hold the sides. Now you spin. Okay, you want to try? Okay. Hannah, okay, climb over there and get it. You're hitting it too hard. It's falling down. All right, I hope you guys are following along. Normally, the kids aren't here this early, but we're going to finish this chapter. All right, you want to try it one more time? All right, let's watch me. Gentle. Just spin it easy. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, there you go. All right, here you go. All right, the king's decree gave the Jews in every city authority to unite to defend their lives. You guys, I'll be back. I need to turn on the tree in there and some lights for these kids. So we got about 3 paragraphs left. Hold on, guys. All right. Thank you, Anna. Turn on the tree. Okay. Good job. Thank you for joining. Look what we got. Look what we got.
Did you find the other cup?
Oh, what's wrong?
Did you find this other cup?
Huh?
Did you find this other cup?
Yeah, we did. You like this, Mason? You can plant that, Mason. You want to turn on the tree? It looks pretty good, right? Let me see you. I love it. It is very loud. You're doing a good job. You like it, Mason? Hey, turkey. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm back. All right. Yes, you can. Okay, so now the Jews could defend themselves. The decree's written, and they were saying that they can use whatever they have to protect themselves. And a copy of this decree was to be recognized as law in every province and proclaimed to all the people. That way, the Jews would be ready on that day to take revenge on their enemies. So they're talking about the plan that Haman set up to have the Jews annihilated. So, urged on by the king's command, the messengers rode out swiftly on the horses, bred for the king's service. The same decree was also issued at the fortress of Susa. Many Gentiles are converted. Then Mordecai put on the royal robe of blue and white and the great crown of gold, and he wore an outer cloak of fine linen and purple. Okay, there's those linens and purples that we learned about. And what book was it? Leviticus, I think. And the people of Susa celebrated the new decree. The Jews were filled with joy and gladness and were honored everywhere. In every city and province, wherever the king's decree, yes, you can. Whenever the king's decree arrived, the Jews rejoiced and had a great celebration and declared a public festival and holiday. And many of the people of the land became Jews themselves, for they feared what the Jews might do to them. So now the people in Susa are nervous because all the Jews have a right to defend themselves and they can protect themselves from the first decree. And the next chapter 9 is talking about the victories on the first day. So they had a year to gather whatever they needed to protect themselves from Haman's evil little plan to annihilate the Jews. And we can thank God for Mordecai because Mordecai knew his place, and he went to King Haman, remember, and let him know there was a plan of assassination against him. Remember, he sat outside the gate and he wouldn't leave until he got word to Esther about what was going on. So just a really good chapter. Like when you think things are done and there's no hope and it's looking really bleak, it's not. God's always got that ram in the bush, right? He always has a way of escape for his people. He loves you, right? You're called to him. Just stay with him. And sometimes life can try to take you by storm, but remember, you are grounded in God's word. God is good and he loves you. Hold on to those two foundational things, and no matter what's coming at you, the wind's blowing, the waves are raging, the storms are coming, you can win, right? There's nothing that can stop you from what God's going to do. His plan for you is good because he's a good God. All right, let me get to these kids. I love you guys. Always remember, true healing begins with self-love. Why? Because God is love and he lives on the inside of you. Thanks for bearing with the video today, and we'll talk soon. Love you. Bye.